So this is the mess we've made with the silicone. Obviously we don't want any of that going down the drain, so we're just going to vacuum that up, clean it all up, and then just give it a good wash. We're going to introduce you to the bonding agent which we use in all our work, and make sure that there's no problems with adhesion whatsoever. No need to sand, no need to acid wash. The bonding agent will give you the adhesion you need. Now you guys are probably wondering, what kind of cleaners do these professional resurfacers use? Show them, Rob. Sally's Sugar Soap, or Polysurf Sugar Soap. Sugar Soap is one of the best degreaser cleaners that you can get. Nothing fancy, doesn't hurt your hands. It's a wonderful stripper of grease, and all you have to do is just wash it over, put plenty of detergent on, let it do its job, and a couple of seconds later you can come back, scrub all the soap scum if there is any, and it does an amazing job. Now, in the old days we used to acid wash after the sugar soap, but we no longer need to do that, and I'll show you why later. The important thing to remember is that not removing the silicone completely out of the wall gives you the advantage to be able to wash down without water getting up in the cavity, because afterwards when you go to dry it, it takes a long time to remove that water out of there, and all kinds of soot and all kinds of horrible stuff comes out of there while you're rinsing it all out. So wherever possible, I know it's not always possible, leave the silicone in there, trim it off the bath, and you'll get a better finish. Where it's not possible, you have to make sure that you dry out that area between the wall and the bath. You have to make sure that you've blown out all the rubbish and dust, and hopefully no ants come out once you start pouring. Anyway, that's it for now. Alright, so the wash is done. Now we're just going to rinse it all off. That will also remove any particles of dust. Everything should go down the drain nicely. Well, sometimes it won't go down the drain. Sometimes you'll find that there's a huge pooling in the bottom of the bathtub. This is where the Ekopel will really stand out, because Ekopel can fill out ditches up to 5 millimeters deep, which is a huge advantage in resurfacing. The biggest areas of problem have always been where the water's pooling. In the old days when we used to use toothpaste coatings, it would always peel and blister wherever water is pooling, wherever taps are dripping. So now the new product is able to deal with all that problem with water if it doesn't fill it out perfectly, and sometimes it won't. Now if you have a close look at this particular bath, you see the water is slightly pooling there. There is probably a cavity of about 3-4 mil of water that is not going to go down the drain, and that will be filled out with the Ekopel. That's the advantage. Alright, so we've bagged the tap to make sure there's no dripping, and we're ready to, we've wiped it down to get the excess water off, and now we're just going to blow dry with the, we're going to blow dry the rest of the cavities in case there's any water. Of course we have this super duper new vacuum cleaner which blows and sucks, and we're going to just use that to blow it out. We don't need anything special. We don't need to carry any extra tools. And here comes some noise.
here, and this front part is very crucial. Make sure there's no silicone left on the actual tiles themselves or on the bath, because we need to protect this area. If we can't stick the silicone down, if we can't stick the masking tape down, then we can't protect the tiles. So it's a bit clumsy, but we do have to make sure that it is dry, clean, and so we can tape it up.